Life isn't some sweet ride where you get a pat on the back for just showing up. No, life is suffering. It's the fire that burns inside, the struggle that never lets up. It's not pretty. It's not what they've told you. Comfort, ease. That's all a joke they sell you to keep you weak. But here's the truth. Pain? It's your best friend. It's your teacher. Suffering is the path to greatness. And if you don't feel it, you're not pushing hard enough. You think champions are made on soft beds and easy mornings? Number champions are born in the flames of hardship. Every drop of sweat, every bruise, every scar. That's the currency you pay to earn the title. So here's the deal. You either embrace the struggle or you fall behind. There's no in between. The world doesn't care about the ones who sit back and whine. It respects those who keep moving, even when it hurts. Now, look at yourself. Ask yourself, are you really living up to your potential? Or are you hiding, hoping the pain won't find you? If you're not hurting, you're not growing. That's just the cold, hard truth. Pause for a second. While you're thinking about that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Yeah, that's right. Join this mad journey because I'm not here to sugarcoat it for you. I'm here to push you, to make you feel the burn. You see, suffering is the key. It's the grind at dawn when no one else is awake. It's the fight against that voice in your head telling you to quit. The greats, they didn't just survive suffering. They danced with it. They stared it down and said, bring it on. Because every time you face it, every time you don't back down, you're sharpening yourself. You're forging your will in the hottest fire imaginable. Pain isn't a sign to stop. It's a signal that you're doing something right. When you're on the brink of breaking, that's when you know you're close. Close to what? To greatness. To being more than just another face in the crowd. That's where champions live, right on the edge of destruction, but never giving in. The fire inside burns brighter in those who aren't afraid to get burned. The journey of pain is not a path you take lightly, but every bruise, every cut, every moment of anguish adds another layer to your strength. It's in the suffering that the spirit grows, in the dark corners where fear tries to take hold but can't. The weight of suffering is crushing, yes, but it's not meant to break you. It's meant to build you. Champions thrive under this pressure. They take the beatings, the sleepless nights, the constant battle within, and they channel it into something unstoppable. You want to be that person, don't you? The one who not only survives the storm, but becomes the storm itself. So here's the reality check. This is your life, not some fairy tale where everything magically works out. No, this is real, raw, and unforgiving. And in this reality, suffering is your best ally. Because when you're too comfortable, you're weak. And when you're weak, you're easy to beat. Embrace the burn. Feel the heat. Don't shy away when the pain gets real. It's in that very moment, the moment you think you've reached your limit. That's where your growth starts. That's where champions are born. You're not just here to survive. You're here to conquer. You're here to rise through the ashes of every defeat, of every breakdown, stronger and more relentless. So ask yourself, when the suffering comes knocking, will you be ready? Will you stand tall, face it with a grin and say, is that all you've got? Champions aren't born from ease. They are carved out of struggle. Every successful figure you admire, they didn't avoid the hard path, they embraced it. They turned their pain into power. The world will throw everything at you, just to see if you're strong enough to handle it. It's a test, a brutal, unforgiving test. But here's the thing. Suffering isn't just a challenge. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to rise, to be more than you ever thought you could be. You'll bleed, you'll cry, you'll scream. But in those moments, when it feels like the world is pressing down on you with all its weight, that's when champions are made. It's in those seconds of pure agony that your strength is born. Anyone can be strong when life is easy, but can you be strong when everything is against you? The difference between winners and losers is simple. Winners embrace the pain, they push through it, they use it. Losers, they turn away, they cower. But you're not a loser, are you? Number. You're ready. You're ready to push through, to take every punch, every hit, and still rise. Suffering like a champion is about more than just enduring pain. It's about finding purpose in it. Every setback, every failure is a stepping stone to something greater. Champions don't just endure suffering, they learn from it. They grow, they transform, and they come back stronger. And let's not forget, suffering isn't just a test of endurance, it's a test of resilience. It's about how many times you can get knocked down and still get back up. Because in life, it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winners are made. That's how legacies are built. Now imagine yourself at the peak of your potential. You've gone through the fire, and it's burned away all the weaknesses. What's left is a version of you that's unbreakable, unstoppable. That's what suffering like a champion does. It refines you, it sharpens you, it forges you into something greater than you ever thought you could be. The question is, are you willing to go through that fire? Are you ready to suffer like a champion? Or will you take the easy road, the one that leads nowhere? Because at the end of the day, the world only remembers those who dared to face the impossible, who took on the challenges and didn't back down. So, are you ready to carve your name into the history books? Are you ready to be remembered, not just for the victories, but for the struggle it took to get there? Don't be afraid of suffering. Embrace it. Let it mold you, shape you, transform you. Let it turn you into something extraordinary. Because when it's all said and done, you won't just be a survivor. You'll be a champion who dared to suffer, a champion who didn't back down when the world pushed harder. So go on, suffer like a champion. The world's watching. Now tell me, what are you made of?